no matter the location. From O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider.
Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. Time now to get into our Las Vegas Raiders mailbag. We do these things live on Tuesday, so if you're not seeing your question, probably because you didn't join us live. So make sure you hit that big red button that says subscribe and join us. First one's coming in from Lil Xavier. What up? Hey, Mitch, on CBS, Purdue wide receiver Rondale Moore is ranked as the 17th best player. Since we have the 17th pick and need a wide receiver, should we take him? I don't know if we need a wide receiver, especially not at number 1, but I do know that Rondale Moore is a very talented player. He's got a lot of skill set, but he's 5'9", a little bit undersized. I just don't know if that's the route I would go. So how about this? If you want to do some mock drafts, if you want to talk about some drafts, should I do a Raiders mock draft? Y for yes, or I want you to type N for no. This is the part of the season where I try to create new ideas, create new content for y'all, so you're interested in the offseason. I will be doing a mock draft. I'll probably do, 10, 11, 12 of them throughout the entire offseason. We'll mix it in a little bit, but if I see enough people that they want them, maybe I'll put it as a higher priority and we'll get a mock draft out sooner rather than later. Seeing a lot of yeses. Okay, that's what I like to see. Let's go to Dominic Duran. Hey, Mitch, shout out from Sydney, Australia. Do you think we go big in free agency again despite our struggles this year? Love the show. I do think that the Raiders are going to go big. Right now they have like $8 million in cap, but you can free up like $35 million just like that. I mean, it's really, really easy. Also, shout out to Shane. Appreciate it. I do think the Raiders go big because you need to go big because you have Derek Carr 2 years left on his very favorable contract in a brand new city where, again, they haven't had fans there yet. They're going to try to sell tickets. So, yes, the Raiders are going to be aggressive, and they need to be aggressive. Got a super chat coming in. Carr will always decline like the last 6 games. I don't really know what you're talking about. I don't really think he declined. He got injured. Big difference. Cole Cook, what up, man? If 2021 is another long or losing season, is it time to gut the franchise, new GM, head coach, and maybe even owner, most losing season since 2002? It is the most losing seasons, but you also got to think about this. I mean, 4-12, 7-9, 8-8. That's progression. That's getting better, whether you want to hear it or not. The Raiders, I think it's so frustrating because you could see them beat a team like the Chiefs and then lose to a team like the Atlanta Falcons. It's just being a little bit more consistent. Mayock's going to be there for a while. Gruden's definitely going to be there for a while. And I don't see Mark Davis giving up the team anytime soon. But Cole, appreciate your super. Let's go to Cam's Life. Mitch, I appreciate making these videos, always keeping us in the mix. Also, don't understand the beef on Twitter people make with you. Honestly, the biggest beef with people on Twitter is I think they're mad that their videos and shows don't get the type of views that we get. And they're also mad that they don't have the relationship and chemistry that we've been able to build. I mean, it's just the truth. So, shots fired, I guess. So if you guys want to go ahead and subscribe to the Raiders Report, please go ahead and do it. Click that big red button that says subscribe, 100% free, and that's what I want to do. Find ways where I can give you guys 100% free content. 2020 was an absolute shit show. And to make you guys pay for anything, like there's a lot of other pay sites out there that are like, oh, it's only $1.99 a month. I'm not going to do that to you. All I ask, you interact with me, we have a good time, like the video, subscribe, those things are free, and we're going to continue to make those free videos the entire offseason. All right, we got Jose. What up, man? Appreciate the super. Our opponents were posted yesterday, so what do you think our record is going to be? Well, obviously, I'd like to see when the games are, but how about this? We'll run through the home games and we'll run through the away games. Obviously, you got the AFC West here, right? Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers. Let's say 2-1. Okay, 2-1. Perfect. How about these home games here, where we got the Baltimore Ravens, Bengals, Dolphins, Eagles, Washington football team. Let's say we win 3 out of those games. Okay, so right now we're sitting 5-3. I think that's pretty fair. 5-3 so far. Yes. Let me know how many games you think we're gonna win. All right, let's go to the away games now. Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers. I'm going to say once again, 2-1, okay? So that puts us at 7-4. Then our last 5 games, the away games. Browns, Cowboys, Colts, Giants, Steelers. I think we win 3 of those, 10-6. That's my early prediction out of the games that I just saw. But hey, predict the Raiders' 2021 record. Shout out to producer Sam for making all that real quick. Shout out to him. Go down in the comments. Let me know. Obviously, when this official schedule is released, we'll keep you guys updated. We'll make a video about it. But just spitting from what I see right now, there's going to be so many changes. So I guarantee you it's going to change a lot. But hey, My record prediction, as right now I'm making this video, we're going to go 10-6. So, you want to talk about a deal? I'll just let y'all know. One of the things that I do when I come into work every single day, I try to find the best deals. Raiders face masks up to 75% off. If you need a mask, which you probably should wear one regardless, go to chatsports.com/Raiders mask. Now, all the masks that you see on screen, those aren't all the ones that are on sale. Also, some of the ones that you don't see on screen are also available at the link. There's a bunch of them. But there's a mask that I saw for $3.75. You know what? I even put it on the community tab because it was such a great deal. If you want a Raiders face mask for $3.75, chatsports.com/Raiders mask. If you want one, I believe this 3-pack's like $6.99. A 3-pack of masks for $6.99. That's incredible. This 4-pack, I believe, is $15.99. Don't quote me on that. Bottom line is this, y'all. Trying to hook you up with some good deals. I know y'all always like to rep your team, and I do too. So go to chatsports.com/Raiders mask. Stay safe. Do the right things. Come on. I want to watch some football next year. Let's go to Dolomite X. What up, man? We are so close. Besides a new D coordinator, what or who do you think is missing piece to our team? Love the show. I definitely think it's having an identity. You've seen multiple players say the Raiders defense lacks an identity. And a defensive coach brings the identity. So you bring in a new DC. You simplify the defense a little bit because the other thing with Gunther's system was it was complicated. And as a young team, learning how to play in the NFL is tough enough. Shout out to Bronson Lee for the super chat. So simplify it, get a system that works, and then, yes, there's going to be a lot of other people out there. Still need a safety, still need probably a top wide receiver, also probably need some defensive line help too. But Dolomite, appreciate you watching, dude. Top beats. Mitch, if we go after an edge defensive end, do we trade Ferrell? No, I don't think we do because Ferrell was probably one of our best defensive players this year. If you want to get your questions put on the show, you can super chat like Top Beats did, or you can go ahead and use hashtag Raiders. But when you get over 1,000 people watching live, it's tough to get to the questions. We will put the super chats on screen first. It's just a little FYI. But hey, again, y'all, so if I miss your questions ever, you can always hit me up on Instagram as well. I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. So if I don't get to you, seriously, hit me up on IG, Mitchell Renz 365. Let's go to one of my OGs, King Higgins. Who is your number one target for secondary in the draft? It's probably between the safety from TCU, who his name I always butcher, Trayvon Merrick, probably Cisco, the guy from Syracuse, is probably one of the top guys in there for secondary help. But also, I don't take any of those players in the second round. Holland from Oregon, or I would take those guys in the second round, my mistake. And in terms of first-round prospects, I'm looking at guys like Gregory Rousseau, Kwity Paye. I would take those guys in round one. Those safeties, though, I probably wait to the second round because you always see safeties fall in the draft. One of the players that I liked last year a lot, Trayvon Diggs. He fell in the draft, second-round pick. So just keep that in mind. So again, hashtag Raiders or Super Chat. Ronald Harrison, if you had to draft an offensive player in round one, okay, just said I would, who would it be and why? If I had to draft a player in the first round, I guess it would probably be Kyle Pitts, tight end from Florida. And the biggest reason is if you put him as a wide receiver, he's special. He's 6'6", 240 pounds, an absolute athletic freak. And honestly, you want a comparison? He reminds me a lot of Darren Waller. If you're telling me I could have Darren Waller and Darren Waller 2.0 working with Derek Carr, that's something I'd be pretty interested in. So I guess my answer is Kyle Pitts. So should the Raiders draft offense or defense with the first pick? I know that finding a top wide receiver is still a major need, especially if Nelson Agholor leaves and tests free agency. But what I want you all to do right now, who should be the Raiders' first pick? Should it be offense? Should it be defense? I'm sitting here saying defense, and I think defense should be 6 out of our 7 picks, if I'm being real with y'all. If you want to sprinkle in one, I don't know, late-round quarterback to learn under Carr for 2 years, maybe. If you want to get a wide receiver who you have a lot of high hopes for, maybe. But, I mean, it's defense, and judging by all the comments, yeah, it's some more defense. I saw somebody just say special teams. Giovanni, no, it's defense. All right, we got Super Chat coming in from Harrison S. Who are you rooting for in the playoffs? Also, okay, I'm actually probably rooting for the Buffalo Bills. So one of the people that I met when I first moved down here to Dallas was the Bills super fan who he unfortunately, his name is Pancho Villa. I met him, went to his cancer fundraiser, got to know his family. He unfortunately passed away like 2 years ago. Also, a lot of my family, they're big Buffalo Bills fans since they're from Rochester, New York area. So I'm probably going to root for Buffalo out of the AFC. And out of the NFC, probably Drew Brees and the Saints would be a team that I wouldn't mind rooting for. But as long as it's not the Buccaneers and as long as it's not the Chiefs, honestly, y'all, I don't care who. All right, we got Isaac Hernandez. Will we re-sign Waller and Agholor? Well, Waller's still got 2 years left on his deal. Remember, they extended him. It was 3 years, $27 million last year, so he's good. And then Agholor, re-sign if he wants to come back, sure. And if I was Nelson Agholor, I would test free agency, see what I can get. If I can get a high offer, you take it. Obviously, he's going to try to get a payday. But I would want to try to come back to the team where I had a career high year and a career best year. So Waller's good. Agholor's going to test free agency, but I do actually anticipate us bringing him back unless he wants more than $7 million a year, which if that's the case, I'm probably going to pass on him. So, y'all, I am Mitchell Renz 365 literally everywhere. Twitter, Venmo, Snapchat, but the place that I am by far the most is Instagram. And the way that I do that, I like pictures. I like seeing what y'all got going on in your life. If y'all want to see what's going on in my life, check out the IG stories. And if you ever want to talk Raiders, slide into the DMs at Mitchell Renz 365. We got Untouchable Raider 1960. If they do cut Carr or trade him to a different team, do you think Mariota would take his place, or will we get a new quarterback? Well, you obviously don't watch my show because on Tuesday I said that the Raiders aren't getting rid of Derek Carr, so it's just not going to happen. So I guess we'll go to the next question. Let's go to Preston Rodriguez. Do you think we lack leadership, skill on the defense, and our lack of communication really showed? We got blown way too much. Definitely lack of leadership and definitely a lack of just knowing what your assignment is. That goes from defensive coordinator's job. It goes from your head coach's job. It also goes from your players. And do I think that the team lacks leadership? Yes. And I think it shows when you see the amount of players back talking to Raiders fans on Twitter, back talking to people on Instagram, doing things that they shouldn't be doing, and during the offseason. But, yeah, there's definitely a lack of leadership there. But I also think they got a lot of up-and-coming players. Like, I don't want to get that twisted. This is a good and up-and-coming team. What up, Martin? This is going to be our last question here on our live, so if you want to get put on the show, go ahead and super chat. Shout out to Just Your Opinion for the other super. Do you think Ruggs will be a number one receiver? I don't. I'm sorry, I don't at this current juncture from what I've seen. Maybe he can turn out to be a guy like Cliff Branch who took 2 years to get it going. But my biggest thing with Henry Ruggs is, obviously, I don't know how hard Cliff Branch worked, but I know one thing. Henry Ruggs is playing video games like 4 or 5 hours a day. I would rather see him put some of that effort into getting to know his playbook a little bit better. I know John Gruden's been really frustrated as well. He can be a 1B, but if you were to tell me who's got a better chance of being a true number one receiver in the National Football League, him or Bryan Edwards, I'd probably say Bryan Edwards.